He's making a lot of noise. Comments. There we go. One long line. Howdy. Who's that? Hi Ian, how you doing, mate? I just thought I'd press the live button. Oh, and Mike. Hi Mike, how you doing, mate? I just thought, what the hell, let's press the live button and see what happens. I'm not even sure where the camera is. Oh, it's there. Hi camera. I'm just drawing up the redrawing the plans, I should say, for the DaVinci Flyer to make it a little bit more readable. I made a new wing for it. You're getting pre-video stuff here. This is a brand new wing. I've changed the construction quite a bit. More ribs for a start, as you can see. And I've just been outside sanding it. And it's really, really strong. I mean, the covering adds a bit of strength anyway, doesn't it? But this is a much stronger wing. So as you can see, from the got to put my glasses on. Yeah. Hi Mike, how you doing? It's the same wing, same plan form, except it's a different construction. In actual fact, the starboard wing is a different construction to the port wing. So this is Mark II. The whole aeroplane is the Mark II. This is the Mark II wing. This is a Mark IIA wing, and that new wing's the Mark III wing. So it's a better wing. But I thought, just for a laugh, I'd press the live button and see what happens. And Chris, good evening, mate. This isn't. Oh, I tell you what, Chris, I'm rendering a video at the moment, which is who's that? Yeah, I'm rendering a video at the moment, which is it's got your dad's RC hangar playing in the background, and so you'll recognise that. But I started rendering it this morning, and it got to 88%, and it crashed. And then I started doing other things, and before you know it, I've it's going to be another hour and a half yet. So I probably won't upload it this evening, because I'm going to be I got an early start tomorrow, 7:30. So I won't be staying up late, but I'll upload it tomorrow. But just for tonight, I'm redrawing some the DaVinci Flyer plans, I'm so amazed at how well that aeroplane flew, I tell you. I've done the wing plan. That looks pretty cool. And now I'm just doing the fuselage, which is the idea of doing the DaVinci, of course, was to hone the design and the construction. And I'll tell you what, something else, oh, you probably saw it anyway, I think I showed you on an earlier video. I made, that was the first fuselage I made, and it's well, plywood. It weighs, well, it doesn't weigh a ton actually, it weighs 4 ounces, but the balsa one weighed 1 ounce. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this because it, you know, it's just a bit heavy. I might make it into a slope soarer for some of our rockier climbs, I don't know. Anyway, it's too good to throw out. Fun making it though. Everything's to do with fun, isn't it? Oops. So the video I've got rendering at the moment is the triplane repair video actually, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'll just tilt you up, you can see it. There she is hanging up, all ready to go again. Yeah, I've changed things around a little bit. I've put oh, I've got a pointing stick. I've got a bigger prop on it. I've offset the motor a little bit more to the right. Got a bigger prop, so that should take the torque, but it's running flat out at 57 amps. It's a 60 amp ESC, so I'm well inside. I can't read all your chat, sorry, without my glasses on. Yeah. Ergo, good evening, mate. So that one's all ready to go again anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I thought it might be fun to do a live bit of live recording just before. Do you know, it's silly really, isn't it? Because I haven't done live before. Ergo, what's hi in Argentinian? I don't know. Hi anyway. It's silly when you're doing live because I've not done it before, so I just thought, oh, what the hell, press the live button. So here we are. No fancy show or anything. It's just me chatting, sort of a hanger chat really, I suppose, isn't it? I'm just waiting for my wife to burst in. How long do your videos take to render? They take bloody ages, Ian, don't they? You try and make the videos, you try and learn shortcuts, and you try and speak. If you speak in sound bites, and then you've got somewhere to cut to. But if you just gabble, and you've got to make a cut, then it's a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, hi Caroline, good evening. So yeah, they take hours, mate. I can spend all day editing a video, and which is something you don't want to do when you're when it's good flying weather, of course. So yeah, they take a long time. I do envy people who just record the whole flight and just put it up. I'll tell you what else I've flown actually. I've flown the hi David, good evening. I've flown the Willy Nilly's Mustang again. I've got that repaired, you saw the repair video, and I've gone and flown it anyway, so I've still got that video to edit. Yes, still got that video to edit, but it's all ready to go. It's all ready to go. It flies great, so that was a bit of fun. Yeah, oh yeah. I've got to say, Caroline, you're quite a rarity, aren't you? There's only a few ladies online that build, fly, and post, so it's great to have you here. Oh, that was my wife shutting the door. I'll have to give you a code name. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Ergo. You're right. It does take a huge amount of time. This is quite refreshing, actually. So I got a video up with absolutely no editing whatsoever. So that is refreshing. And of course, when you are editing, you can edit out all the ums and ahs. John, good evening, mate. Uh, that's not a bad idea. I've got something. Can't find, well, there's an EDF. There's an EDF engine. That, maybe I could make a DaVinci EDF. Uh, yeah. What kind of battery? Oh, I missed that. Look. Oh dear. I'll get that one back up again. I don't. What kind of battery do you have? Oh, on your server. Oh, right. Yeah. Somebody else asked me this a little while ago. It's actually the servo tester is your standard servo tester, but it has that little battery built in, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure it has a little battery inside, doesn't it? Anyway, no, it has an external. Anyway, this is just one of those little simple battery packs that you have with all sorts of things, just with four AA batteries in it. Yeah. And I've just wired it in with a plug. I can plug it straight on, and then a bit of Velcro just to hold it together, so that lasts forever. But I think it's starting. Silly things we do. Look, I've got blue tack stuck on the lights because I find them so bright that it hurts your eyes. So I stick blue tack over them, so I just get a little peep of light coming through. But yeah, just a little, just that little battery pack there, really. But this evening, I'm supposed to be drawing up the plans for the fuselage. Don't have to, but I'm going to. I've drawn up the plans for the tailplane, for the DaVinci Flyer, and I've drawn up the plans for the wings, which I showed just now. And I'm just going to do the fuselage. I've got the fuselage plan is already drawn, but it's the Mark 1 fuselage plan, so it needs. Yes, that's right. Put tape over it. Yeah. It's just too bright, isn't it? And the older you get, the more it hurts. Yes, Caroline, I am actually. The Mark 1, which is just there. Can you see it? Just there she is. I did enjoy the backlight, but I think that little thing could get you blow. Oh, I think it could actually. Yeah, I did like the backlight wing, and I mean it does fly, but it doesn't lift. It just relies purely on the angle of attack to keep it up, and it's not ideal. I tell you what, when I test glided that second one across the garden, I couldn't believe it. He floated across and landed in that bush. I thought, oh God, I've got to get this finished. But the wing section is just. I've got sorry about this, not prepared at all. I have got so there's the wing ribs. Each one is completely different length and different shape. The middle one is got a more of a bulbous middle to it, because it's right out in that sort of leading edge bit. But they're all different shapes. So and you're wondering what wing section it is. I don't know. It's just a curve, which is why just a flat bottom curve at the top. I just sort of sketched it in like you do, and it came out like it did. Once you've got one rib, then you can just sort of extrapolate the length and what have you, like you do on a sandwich when you're doing sandwich methods. But this is really odd, because I know you're there and I'm talking to myself. What would be nice would be like a Zoom meeting when all your faces are on the thing. 14 people watching. My God, isn't there nothing on the telly? But just looking back through the any questions I missed. But nice to see you here, David. If you're still there, that's great. David Query, if you're still here, where are you, mate? Where are you in the world? I always wonder things like that. My next big design, Chris. Dad's RC Hangout is Chris, for anyone that doesn't know. The next big design. Oh, Reading. Oh, PA, not Reading in the Midlands in England. PA. PA. Oh dear, I'm showing my ignorance now on American states. You'll have to tell me, David, what's PA? I could Google it. I've lost my chat. I've lost my thread now. Oh yeah, whatever rib shape is, it works. It works beautifully, Mike, doesn't it? I mean, we know, whereas Da Vinci Cus didn't know what a aerofoil section even was and how it would work if it did. But any curved section and flat bottom is going to provide some sort of lift, isn't it? And for the speeds it's flying at. When I test flew it the other day, I couldn't believe how it just turned on that wingtip. It's just, I said on the video, actually, it turns on a sixpence, and it occurred to me afterwards, a lot of people won't know what a sixpence is. Even people in the UK or England won't know what a sixpence is because they're too young. It's an old piece of currency we used to have before we went decimalisation. You could call it a dime or something. It's just a very small coin anyway. But I'll tell you another reason I'm doing this live is because I've now got a live. I've extended the Wi-Fi, which it was a bit sketchy here before. There's a word I picked off a Stargate earlier on episode, but anyway, it wasn't up to it. But now I can work, watch videos as I go. I can't record videos of my own because I've got you talking in the background, so unfortunately I got to turn the sound down for that, or turn you off, because I'll obviously get distracted anyway. Easily distracted. We're all easily distracted. But it's just been so incredibly windy the last few weeks and weeks. I think there's been 2 days when the wind has dropped, and I've been working. I'm just about to start a 6-day rota now, but tomorrow it's 7:30 till 3:30. So if it drops tomorrow evening, I can go flying. I know, like you, Ian, you get up there nice and early in the mornings, and the wind is generally, well, before sunrise. I mean, it's the sunrise, isn't it, that stirs up the air, and the air starts moving, and that's it. And the wind starts blowing. I can get up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, I won't. I'll be up at 5:30. But what's the time now? 8:10 nearly. I can get up early, and it'll be beautiful. But of course, I'm going to work. Another thing, of course, it's the BMFA thing this coming up this Sunday with the world record attempt for most models in the air at one time. Can't do it. I won't be here. I'll be working. I did think I could take a model somewhere, sneak a little model into my backpack, maybe, but you've got to register and what have you. So otherwise, that would have been a video, quite an interesting video to have filmed and put up. But there you go. How are we doing? I'm not getting anything done here, so I think I might knock this little live thing on the head. It's been fun talking to you guys. I'm just tapping the screen here to see 24 people watching. 24 people. 23. Someone's cleared off already. That's probably the wife. She's probably watching from the lounge thinking, what's he talking about? Alfredo, hello. Buenas tardes, querido. Hello, Grandmaster. Probably not that at all. Isn't it embarrassing when people, Keith, going to fly a house brick on a stout road. The wind is going to be, I think it's going to be, the wind is going to be strong, it won't. But the thing is about wind, aeroplanes don't know that it's windy, do they? I will actually, Chris. I will do more lives. Hello, Chris's wife. She's cleared off again, CC. I don't know. Good evening. I say, yeah, sorry. There we go. It's good evening. Good evening to you, mate. Good evening. If it is evening where you are, I suppose it is. I'm going to do more live videos. But the big news is, if you saw my community post early on, do you know what? Talking about community posts, this tablet, which I'm talking to you on, tablets you can't access community posts, anybody's on tablets. You can on your mobile phone, you can on your desktop, you can on a laptop. But on a tablet, for some reason, it'll access everything, but it just won't access community posts. So what's the point of that? anyhow, I'm going to announce this weekend something to do with live videos. So Chris, Dad's RC Hangar, you'll know what I'm talking about, probably guess, but and one or two of you others may as well. But there you go. I'm going to knock it on the head. This has been good fun. Thank you everybody for looking in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell button. Good evening, dear. Have you finished the triplane? If so, when's it made? Yes, CC, I have finished it. I'm rendering a video at the moment. It crashed this morning. Not the aeroplane, the video. The computer crashed. So I'm re-rendering it now, and that will have to go up tomorrow now because I've got an early night. So when is the maiden? You tell me, mate. When's the wind going to stop blowing? That's the big question, isn't it? When I did the cheers, Chris. When I maiden the Da Vinci Flyer the other evening, where I should say, it's quite a long walk from the car, probably 500 meters, 400 meters. That's a long way to carry a big plane. Plus the runway is really rough up there, so I'm going to fly at my normal field, which is nice cut grass. So it's a case of when the wind stops and I'm not working, my day off, then I'll be able to get up there and test it again. But I'm confident this time. I was confident last time, actually. The mistake I made last time, and it was a mistake, I'll turn the thing a minute. I flew the Mythos before I flew the triplane. Now the Mythos is incredibly maneuverable, and it does what you tell it to do. That was the worst plane I could have flown before the triplane because it's opposite, and of course I took off. All I needed to do when it started to, because when I took off I really didn't have a lot of right. It banked to the left, that was fine, but it seemed to be tightening up, and because I was feeding in right aileron and absolutely nothing was happening, it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And my reaction is when a model's going to crash, I just shut the throttle and it minimizes the damage, which it did. I mean, amazing how it bounced. Very lucky. But I think if it was a flight sim, I'd press that reset button, and when I got to that point, I would give it right rudder and open the throttle. And I think it would have got away because the rudder's powerful on it. One thing I have done is to couple the rudder and ailerons on a switch so I can switch it off and on at my choosing. But the sort with Camel above our head here, which is a Hangar 9, same size as a triplane, it's 60-inch, I think. That one flies. Let's go down a little bit. That one flies very scale-like, but you've got to use rudder, and I have coupled rudder in on that. And my Mannock biplane, I've got rudder coupled in on that. And you know, I don't know why I didn't couple the rudder in, to be honest, on the triplane, but I think in that split second, I had to call a judgment. I shut the throttle. But of course, at that stage, I'd given up. I knew it was going in. Excuse me. I knew it was going in. And, you know, once you know it's going in, there's nothing you can do but minimize the damage. A split second earlier, perhaps I just could have, you know, I didn't even think of rudder, to be honest. And I blame the Mythos for that, because, say, that will turn on a dime, a Peseta, whereas the triplane, it's got a very powerful rudder, but I now know that triplanes don't turn very well using just ailerons. I mean, no biplane does really, adverse yaw and all that. I've got differential on the ailerons, but if you haven't got airspeed over the ailerons, it's not going to turn, is it? So, yeah, I'm going to get that thumb on the rudder. I mean, I'm used to using the rudder, but it was that moment when I took off, because the big worry was centre of gravity. And there's some when so, when Rob at RC Model Geeks flew his, he was worried about centre of gravity, and on the instructions it's difficult to tell where they're actually telling you where the centre of gravity is. And I contacted Dancing Wings, and they told me it is 74 mil back from the leading edge on the centre wing, not the top wing, as it's kind of obvious to me that that's what it means. But so in effect mine was nose heavy anyway, so it wasn't going to tip stall. But I was so pleased when it took off, and I think I said on the video something like, well, the CRG's all right. That was my main worry, because it would have crashed with, you know, by the time I've said that, it would have crashed if it had been tail heavy. So, you know, I was pleased with that. Banked it round to the left, although on the video it actually looks quite low. A couple of people commented, you know, climb up a lot higher before initiating the turn, but our field does drop away quite a bit, so it was actually quite high, but not as high as perhaps I would have liked. And you know, I banked round to the left, and maybe it was banking itself round to the left, and it just wasn't correcting. I think that those control horns, aileron control horns, they're just glued in, and I wasn't happy. And the stupid thing was, I changed the ones on the elevators in the kit and didn't do the ailerons. They seemed to be quite stiff, but when because one pulled out in the crash, before the crash, who knows, we'll never know. But I put when I came to take out the other one to replace it, it actually came out a lot easier than I thought, quite clean. So maybe it was that. Well, look guys, it's been great chatting to you. 15 of you left. Thanks very much for looking in on the old live, and I'll see you in the next one. So have a great evening and a great weekend if you're going to go flying. So now all I've got to do is work out how to stop this live feed. Is that clock backwards? That I don't know if it's the right way round for you. Perhaps everything's back to front in this. It says it's 8:15, but on this my screen it says it's 8:45. Oh, I've got another half hour. Oh well, what should we talk about? Okay, so it's probably this X in the corner. Okay guys, see you in the next one. Thanks for looking in. Bye.